Recently, Khabib's manager Ali Abdelaziz told TMZ Sports that the only way Conor McGregor will get a rematch with Khabib will be to fight Islam Makhachev first.
Conor is like, he can go fight Nate, he can fight Masvidal. We're not interested in fighting him. He needs to get some wins. He need to fight some good opponents. Like I said, the only way he can fight Khabib if he fight Islam Makhachev, and Khabib will fight him.
A 3-round flyweight bout between Joanne Calderwood versus Jenifer Maia has been targeted for UFC Fight Night 173 on August 1st. Joanne Calderwood is coming off a split decision win over Andrea Lea, and Jenifer Maia is coming off a unanimous decision loss to Katlyn Chookagian. Darren Till at the UFC on ESPN 14 pre-fight interview says that if he beats Robert Whittaker, he wants to fight for the title.
If I beat Robert Whittaker Saturday night, the only way to go is to the title. I've come at middleweight, and a lot of people say he's only had 2 fights, but look at my 2 fights. This is why, for every young fighter out there, or for every fighter in the UFC who sometimes may turn down fights, you got to take these big risks because they'll pay off. So I didn't campaign for a title shot after I beat Stephen Thompson in Liverpool, because it didn't quite feel I deserved it. But now, if I beat Robert Whittaker Saturday, which is a big ask and a big mountain to climb, the only fight for me, I say Israel Adesanya a lot, but them two, him and Costa, are scheduled to fight. The only fight for me is a title fight. I'm not looking backwards, and I'm sure at some point we're all gonna meet each other, me, Jack, and all these guys who are calling me out. But I beat Whittaker Saturday. The only name I want to hear coming out of anyone's mouth is Israel Adesanya. That's all I want to hear.
Alright, instant fam. I just had to show you this real quick. Come on, I'm all sorts of matching today, baby. Let's go. August 15th. We're a couple weeks out. Big Daddy's about to come back, do what he does, bust up Cheeto. Then we'll see who's next, baby. We'll see who wants to get some. But I just had to show you guys that shit. I wanted a cage for a long time. So shout out to COVID, because without COVID, I wouldn't have got a cage. So shout out COVID.
Tyron Woodley on his Instagram live sends a message to Colby Covington.
So yeah, I'm in for the fight. I've been in for the fight. It's never. We need to quit. Who cares who backed out? Who backed out? He backed out. He backed out. Like, that's girl stuff, dude. Like, no disrespect to all our fire-ass female fighters, but all right, you want to fight, I want to fight. We got that. It's not even a story no more. I want to fight you. You want to fight me. Let's fight. We got to find a date. The date that you thought picked that worked for you didn't work for me. You ain't the A side of the coin, dog. People barely even know you. So at the end of the day, gotta bring in Gabby a little car. End of the day, I'm in for the fight. Let's do it. I'm not in for the date. I do camps. I don't. Now, if I was getting paid the bag, it really, Masvidal fell in at 2 days' notice, 360. Masvidal got paid a heavy ass bag. Win, lose, or draw, he won. He got paid 2.5, maybe 3 times more than Usman did. Maybe more than that, maybe 4 times more. You're not even a champion. You lose a fight, get paid a stupid bag for the fight. Of course you're gonna fight. I'll fight anybody on 6 days' notice for that kind of money. But when you got a guy like Kobe, that's a big loudmouth, want to fight you ever, now all of a sudden he want to fight you because he feel like, oh, you lost 2 fights, and I saw you had a cut, and I know you had an injury to your leg. Let me try to jump in and not let you get prepared, because it's my only chance to fight.
So we were on Fight Island, and we're doing the fight the other night, and I see Otter Pops in the octagon, and I'm like, that is so fucking cool. Obviously, a very nostalgic brand from when we were kids and adults. So I posted about him, because I figured everybody would think that was cool. And these guys do not fuck around. I just got home last night from Fight Island, and look what's in my office here. Right? Take a look inside. Thank you, Otter Pops. I appreciate it.
Kenny Florian on the Anik and Florian podcast speaks on Deiveson Figueiredo's win over Joeseph Benavidez.
You know, there was a lot of pressure on him. Obviously, his last fight against Benavidez, very controversial, of course, because he didn't make the weight. And the fact that he was able to make the weight and perform like he did, even better than he did in his first outing against Benavidez, really says something about this champion. And I know you have more information on all the kind of trials and tribulations that he had to deal with just to get out to Abu Dhabi and make that weight. But this guy is an assassin. I think he's really coming into his own. He's comfortable in his style and who he is as a person. And you know, really has matured as a fighter. The fact that he was able to look that good against a guy in Benavidez who's been around for what seems like forever, and has accomplished what he has in this sport really says a lot about how damn good Figueiredo is. It was tough because there's just a lot of fundamental flaws in the striking game of Benavidez. You can't just, put your head down and charge in straight lines or back up in straight lines in this sport anymore. The sport has evolved a lot. And, coming off of his last performance against Figueiredo, I said, these are things that are kind of embedded into the bones of Benavidez at this point. It's going to be hard to really untie all those knots and all those problems. So, I didn't like this fight for Figueiredo. I didn't like this fight for Benavidez, against Figueiredo, based on how they matched up the first time around. Benavidez just wasn't feinting properly. He didn't really attack with his wrestling. I don't know if he wasn't able to get into the proper range for whatever reason, but Figueiredo, it was just very patient, was landing the right shots, and Benavidez's footwork was just not there. And it was hard because everyone loves Joe Benavidez. He's a great guy. He's been around forever. We've seen him so close before, and it's just unfortunate all the way around. Just in the way that he took that beating, it was just hard to watch.
Okay. Go, babe.
Got it. Oh, crap. That's a big tire.
Calvin Keita on the Luke Thomas Show explains why he's looking to skip the top 5 featherweights to fight Alexander Volkanovski.
Yeah, definitely some adjustment with the sleep, but something he had to adjust with too. And I think his sleep talk is a little bit worse than mine, but I mean, it's apples to oranges at that point. We're all dealing with a lot of crazy circumstances. We're all taking a long-ass flight out to Abu Dhabi, where all our sleep schedules are a little messed up, but it's who responds better in the face of adversity. And I felt like time and time again, especially through this pandemic, so an opportunity for me to almost have an advantage over these guys, because I feel like I deal with adversity better. Being the only fighter in the UFC right now to go 2-0 since the pandemic started, I pride myself in that type of strong mindset. And it's paying dividends. Yeah, the guys ahead of me are inactive. None of them are competing. Like I said, I'm the only fighter in the UFC right now to be 2-0 during this pandemic. Me and the champ with only 2 fighters to come away with since 2019 with three top 10 wins. And as much as I'd like to take out all these contenders, and this way when I become champ, there's no one they can put in there with me that I haven't already taken out. Why not just go right after the champ first and take them all on the way up? Because like I said, these guys are all sitting back, Twitter beefing, and I'm out here fighting and earning my opportunities. And I respect the champ's mindset. She wants to fight contenders, and you're not going to find one more ready than me right now.
Guys, guess who's back? Who's in the building? Here we go. Back at it.
Oh, there's a point for Dom by a split second. Come on, OJ, don't touch that foot. You say you're right foot dominant. Come on, 3 seconds. 2, 1, break.